Hey Dan, so when you open up the lab, the Aloha Lab, it gives you a nice little introduction, the purpose as to why we're doing it. Let me start the procedure for you so you can see what's going on. So procedure number one, using Google Earth. So you're going to click that and then hit the link to open up Google Earth. Eventually, once you go through the introduction, you'll have an Earth that you can click on and drag around. So you'll need this web page open, Google Earth. Using that, you're going to measure the distance from the center of the big island of Hawaii to the center of each of the islands on the Aloha data spreadsheet. So here's the Aloha Lab data spreadsheet. So for each of these islands here, you're going to measure how far away it is from the big island of Hawaii. So if we go here and you're not sure, like I can zoom here into the middle of the Pacific Ocean. I could probably zoom in and find Hawaii. But if you're having trouble finding places, you just click the search icon up here. And look what it does for you. It brings you right down to where the big, brings us to the state of Hawaii. I'm going to click off of this here. And I'm interested in just the big island of Hawaii. So there's the big island of Hawaii. And it might be helpful if you'd like to put a little bookmark there so you can find it later. You can use these tools over here to do that. So let's take a look. So using Google Earth, measure the distance from the center of the big island of Hawaii to the center of each of the islands. So the first islands is the French Frigate Shoals. So I know there's the big island of Hawaii. I need to find the French Frigate Shoals. You'll notice that there's a lot of bigger islands, and then as we head further away, there are some smaller islands over here as well. Well, I don't know which one is the French Frigate Shoals, so I'm going to do my search for it. And even if you just start, you'll notice that you don't even have to type the whole thing and it shows up. So here's the French Frigate Shoals. It'll bring us there. That's where the French Frigate Shoals are. And it'll spin around on this until you click and tell it to stop. You can place a bookmark there, add to a project if you want, save it as a place. There's a lot that you can do. But what we're concerned about is how far away is this from the big island of Hawaii. So I'm going to get rid of this here. Thank you so much. Don't need you anymore. There. So there's the French Frigate Shoals. I'm going to zoom out. And there's the big island of Hawaii. So I've got to measure that distance from the French Frigate Shoals to the middle of the big island of Hawaii. To do that, I come over to the left side and I use this measuring tool here. And it says select starting point. Well, my starting point is going to be the French Frigate Shoals. So I click to the big island of Hawaii. And it says it is 1,194.74 kilometers, but we want everything measured in miles. So I got to click the units. The units should be in miles. So 742, and you can round to the nearest mile. Don't worry about the tenths or the hundredths place. 742 miles. So the French Frigate Shoals, 742 miles. Don't write any units here. We already have the units up here at the top. You just leave just the number there. You're going to do that with all of these others, the Gardner Pinnacles, Hawaiian Islands. That's pretty easy, right? That's going to be 0. It's how far away is Hawaii from Hawaii? 0. These other islands, just search for them. Do that same thing. Now that I'm done measuring, I'm going to hit done. I'm finished. I can exit out of that. And now I can go and search for my next island. You do that for all, and that fills out this column. Then that's using procedure number 1. Procedure 2, research to find the highest elevation of each island in feet. So how high are the French Frigate Shoals? Well, I'm going to highlight this, copy it, and I'm going to paste it into a search engine. And usually the Wikipedia article that pops up about the French Frigate Shoals, in the reading at some point in time, it's going to show you where the highest point, right here in the first paragraph, it says, and the 120-foot high pinnacle is the only remnants of volcanic origin. So the highest point of the French Frigate Shoals, which is this island right there, that little tiny thing sticking out of the water, is 120 feet high. So I can come back here. How high is it? 120 feet. You continue to do the same thing for all those islands. You do that research there. You're going to fill that chart out, and then you're going to make two graphs. One graph that is distance from Hawaii to the age. So when you have distance, so you highlight the distance, hold down the control button, and then click and highlight the age. That's how you're going to do the first graph. The second graph is distance and elevation. So here you click on distance and then highlight the distance and the elevations. That's how you're going to make that graph. So there's two graphs there. You're going to paste your data chart here and then paste your two graphs here, and then there's two conclusions to write. Again, if you have any questions, just ask and be specific with your questions as to what information you need and what you're having issues with. All right, give it a try and let me know how it goes.